In exactly 2 weeks, on January 15th, I'll be playing a match on my stream, and we'll be on Chess TV, against the Komodo Dragon engine. And I'm not sure if it'll start at 5, 6, or 7, but one of those, Eastern, so not terribly European friendly. It'll go about 2 hours. It's going to be a 6-game match where the time control is 15-minute with a 10-second increment. And I'll have black every game, and the engine's spotting me one of its knights. It's not actually clear yet which one or if it changes. This has been done several times before with other grandmasters, unbeknownst to me, and the GMs always win. But, the versions get newer and newer, and it's actually an engine for giving odds. They have it set to give odds. So it's actually, in the engine brain, it's going to think it's playing 3-2, so it's going to play really fast. But it's going to be 15-10, so I won't win on time. Because the engine's probably going to have 15 minutes when the game ends, or more. So a 15-minute, 10-second increment. We'll put some kind of information out on Twitter and Discord and all that, and Facebook and so forth. And we'll probably make a command here when Karen talks to the people who do that, if you can call them people. 2 bishops, what else?
We kind of had one like this last night that I missed. Mm-hmm. That had 2 bishops.
Yeah, you have 2 bishops.
On the
bishops.
Diagonals to the king. So I would say maybe a rook check.
Panorama, 100 centidues. Hooray, we almost got to level 2, but not really.
Yeah, so I would say rook g2.
Rook g2 is correct,
first move.
Obviously and frankly.
But now let me see. This is where I didn't get it right last night.
Mm-hmm.
Same type of idea. What is this, the windmill? I'm just not good with it.
See, you thought I said this was best and frankly, but actually I was saying and frankly because it's a windmill.
What?
Yeah, she was in the Netherlands when they got her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I went to the Anne Frank house when I was in the Netherlands, but they kicked me out because I was chewing potato chips too loud.
So, I mean, you can win the queen pretty easily. But... oh, no, because you can block it out with that pawn.
No, you can never play f3. That would be my excuse. Family Guy's correct.
So maybe that would be better. Let's see.
That episode was not so bad. Manly Goo Goo subscribed, but the train died. It died. This train reminds me of Betty White and Anne Frank. Kobe. So some more Kobe jokes. I haven't made one in about 3 seconds. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Alabama, Cincinnati, and the announcers are always going, Kobe. Kobe Bryant plays for one of them. I don't know. And he was named after Kobe Bryant, the football player who plays for one of those 2 teams. They kept saying Kobe Bryant this and Kobe Bryant that. Yeah, Alabama. Yeah. Go farty party. You are ignored. Your answers are shallow and pedantic.
Well, I don't know what the next move is. Maybe rook f2.
Right.
Yeah,
Now here's a question only a grandmaster can answer, and I don't know the answer, so I'm going to have to get another grandmaster. After rook takes check, I don't know if the engine's going to play here or here. I hope it plays here, because then the answer is cooler. So let's hope. Ready?
Okay.
Aww. We'll have to look at that in the analysis, the 94 move.
All right.
All right, continue.
So it seems like we need another check. Let's see, check there. Yeah, because then there's no block. So I think it's still rook g2 check.
Rook g2 gives you a winning position, but unfortunately, it's a repetition, so they can claim a draw. It's the same position 3 times. So
What?
it does win, but it doesn't work here.
What?
Yeah.
It's not the same position.
What? Are you
It's-
questioning authority?
Because I took the pawn.
Right. Okay.
All right, don't do this. I was like,
Now-
what is going on?
Now let's do some analysis. Okay. When the thing gave up,
Yeah.
the reason it gave up is this definitely wins. This check.
Yeah.
But this probably wins. Let me see. Yeah, this also wins. The other reason is you could check and go back and go here, which I would do. So that's another reason. So I gave up because it's too many wins. Now let's do something more important. Okay. Instead of king g1 when you had him in check, let's play knight e4. Go Karen. You have 2 winning moves, but one's the most winning. The other one you probably wouldn't even consider. So I'm not worried. That was the first time all year I tried to trick Karen.
What is I was so confused.
What's confused?
I was confused by the situation.
Here?
No, by you saying it was a reputation.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do that in camp all the time. I tell the kids, like, no, because blah, blah, blah. And some of them are like, no, you're an idiot. And some of the kids are like, oh, well, and let's go back. The kids who are good are like, no. I'm right. Go away. Hey, by the way, I was YouTubing today, and there was a video of a 10-year-old getting a perfect 147 or 148, whatever it is. It's 147 in snooker. He was well dressed too.
Snooker? I thought it was snooker.
Yeah, but that's because you didn't live in Britain all your life. That's why. It's snooker here. In England, it's snooker. Yeah. Although it is, There'll be big arguments in the chat now. I lived in England my whole life. It's not pronounced either one of those ways. It's pronounced Suxfang.
Oh, wait. Maybe I do know what to do.
Is it 155? No. It's 147 or 148. I forgot. I think it's 147.
No. Seems like the first move has to be bishop takes e4 check.
Right. It turns out that this move wins too, which is funny.
Oh, really?
But that's, nobody would ever play that.
And then
This
I
is
wasn't really sure.
Takes, right? And after takes, we're going to go back and look at another move.
Wasn't sure if I should take rook takes first
Okay.
or pawn takes.
Well, what do you think?
Because I don't want my rook to get in trouble. And then
Right. So one of them, if you take, you lose a rook for nothing.
Right.
Or one, you take a rook and then take the queen. Tough decision.
Probably just take the rook. Yeah.
Yeah, this is even winning. You're just
'Cause
giving.
you gotta check.
You're giving a rook away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't give a rook
Sure.
away. See, that was easy.
So,
And then you win. Now another move.
man, those dogs.
That's a good dog. Okay, now watch this. You watching? Mm-hmm. Okay, instead of queen takes, which we just looked at, here. And you got 2 moves that win.
Two moves that win.
You could play one of them. Don't get snookered. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you took the queen.
Taking the queen wins. Also, rook g2 wins. Rook
I was looking at rook
g2,
G2.
and then bishop takes queen, and then you take the rook. And if he plays the Zwischenzug, rook at c1 check, you can block with the rook.
Okay.
Okay. Now your move also wins, and if he takes with the king, you take this. But a more important question is, if he takes this way, what's the best move for black? All moves win, but
Bishop d4.
Bishop d4, right? Now here's something funny. I'll tell you something funny.
Okay.
This move and this move are both plus 1 billion. Okay. The third best move is this. And here, the best move for white is amazing. It looks like it's just taking this and taking this, but that's still winning for black. Best move is to take the rook, and then when he takes your queen, you pin the bishop. It's funny because I'm not playing the game. Yeah, black's still probably winning. It's close. All right, so that was a good puzzle, confusing the audience. And only half of them can say snooker. Terrible. No. Okay, you said you wanted a break.
I did.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
I had to check my phone too. Misty's gonna maybe meet me out.
Yeah, but then when she doesn't show up, you'll be mad. I
Well,
can't believe Misty didn't show up.
No, it's not a definite. She actually has kind of a date.
It's never a definite.
She has a date, sort of, and then they might come to Chaplin's.
Might. You know what that means?
She might.
I might get lucky tonight, but might. All right, your turn.
I wasn't even looking at the right color.
You weren't looking at black?
I got it now. Black.
A lot of stuff there.
I know.
White stuff is here.
I was confused.
All right.
I got it.
Kieran's like, I'm white, so I think it's here, and then he queens, and then I queen. So and then I take en passant.
All right, let me stop moving stuff.
Why? It was fun. Delicious. Dun, da, 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 da. It ain't over till it's over. Delicious.
I feel like the first move has to be knight f4. I don't know.
Why does it have to be knight f4?
What does it have to be? But
You said it had to be.
makes use of the discovered.
That would be any knight move.
That's true. That is true. Did you solve it already? Oh, you did.
Yeah, the thing there's a problem with the solution. My solution's right, but it's hard to refute one of White's moves. I still know that I'm right, but I have to think about how to refute this move. There's a lot of things that look like they win, but I want more. I'm like a professional athlete. Now that I look at it, I think everything wins, but I have a way that wins easier. So, yeah, the first move for White is very difficult for the gawking rabble to find. So I keep telling them, always find the best move for their opponent, and they keep telling me no.
Well, I don't think I'm on the right track then.
Right.
So what's the... Go ahead.
Okay, so when you move your knight, you have to figure out where the king's going.
Right.
Okay. And the reason you don't want to play knight f4 is it blocks two of your pieces. It blocks your queen, and it blocks your rook. And you're going to need that depending on which way the king goes. Like if the king goes here, you're going to want to play rook takes f5 check, but it's not check. And if the king goes to d1, you want to play queen g4 check, but you can't. The reason you want to play queen d4 check, g4 check, instead of other checks, is if you play queen d4, queen d6, or rook d8, he blocks with the bishop, and then he can try to run away. If you play queen g4, he can't. Then I came to the subtle realization after knight g5, by far the best move is bishop e3, a move the chat would never see. And They're like, my engine didn't tell me that. I didn't know what the engine settings were. And the reason to play bishop e3 is now you can try to run away because your bishop's not on c1. Okay, but then I found rook takes, king here, queen f4 should do it. Because then king c1 is rook e1 double mate. And otherwise I'm going to play rook d7 check or knight e4 check or knight here check. Yeah, so that doesn't work. And the knight can never move and protect because it's pinned. Now the simple variation is knight check, king goes to the f file, right? Rook takes, king g1, and then queen mate, somewhere here. Now you could also play king f2 and then try to play king g3. I actually haven't refuted that yet, but I mean, I know that black's winning. I just don't know how. Let's see if it tells me how. It's playing the move I thought. I think I have, okay, that move I think I can beat. King d2 is queen f4. This move is tougher because it wants to run away, right? So it's probably still queen f4 because then I have the unstoppable threat of rook here, although it's easily stopped by bishop b3. So that's made it less unstoppable. So now I have to think again. Queen takes b2 probably wins, but I don't want to probably solve the problem. Man, does queen takes b2 win. Queen takes b2, the idea is to play rook here check, and the king can't get anywhere. And if he stops that somehow, I don't know how, then everything's hanging. So it's all hanging with me. So I guess it's this. King d2, I wonder if I should play here or queen f4. They probably both win. That's probably why I played here. Yeah, that was 27-46. So here, but also interesting. So this is, I want to see if queen f4 is the best move here, or if it's queen takes b2. Queen f4 is the best move, and queen takes b2 also wins. Those are the only two winning moves. Okay, but here's what I'm interested in, because I already knew that, was king here, and the king goes to g3. This is what I want to know. Black only has one winning move here. He has another move where he's much better, but So you can't play this check because the bishop's here, but you can still check on the diagonal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, queen d6. Right. And then if the king moves up anywhere, you play queen d4, and then you have rook e3, obviously, and frankly. Oh, this is just mate, though. I can just go here, mate. And obviously, the king's getting mated here. This is the worst position I ever saw. King h4, putting it in h. It's the same deviled egg. That's a funny mate, right? I think the queen goes to a dark square every time. Yeah, but the important thing is to play knight g5, so your rook has a scope and your queen has Livorus. Yeah. Probably should have said Listerine, because they don't know what Livorus is. Damn.
LOL, stupidest move I suggested. Queen f4 question.
Right. Well, he I assume what he means was he thought this was mate and forgot there was a bishop here.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's what he meant, but
Maybe.
probably.
Those are the kinds of moves I make.
The important thing is when you play knight here, you're blocking the queen from defending, and you're not blocking your queen and rook from attacking. Here you're blocking your queen and your rook. Your queen can't
Yeah,
go
I was
here,
trying to get out of the way, but that wasn't really out
Right.
of the way. I didn't think about...
Why not knight
F-file
g7?
opening
Knight g7 doesn't block the queen trying to learn. So now white has more options. For example, bishop here, knight takes castles. Then when you take my queen, I got 3 pieces for a queen. So that's, positions like equal. Yeah, you have to give mate because you're down so much material. But this blocks the queen from defending, and this doesn't. Yeah. Also entertaining.
It is instructive.
Very instructive. Yeah.
I can't solve these.
You know why it's
I
very
still think it's
instructive?
instructive. No.
Because it was written by Faust.